guys, don't you just love that card? I thought it would be fun to make a masculine birthday card with the stamp set Happy Birthday Gorgeous. I love this set, and I like to get the most use out of my sets as I can. So being that this had a lot of flowers and stuff, I wanted to come up with something for a masculine birthday. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You also are going to use the coffee cup framelit dies. In that die set, there is the straw, and that's what we're going to use to make our card move. I just thought that would make a great little piece there to put in the center of a card to have a motion card. You also will need the little oval that's in this die set. We're going to cut this out twice. So we're going to cut this out in Whisper White cardstock. These are the pieces of paper we're going to need. This is just a scrap piece for this little, the oval here. So just a piece of Whisper White scrap, just enough to cut out 2 of them. You're going to need for your card base, this is Cajun Craze, and this actually is cut at 5 by 4 1/4. So in order to make the pull-out tab, you want to cut your card base down so that it'll fit into an A2 size envelope. You're also going to need a piece of the Foil Frenzy Designer Series paper. Can you see that shine there? This one here is the Tangerine Tango. So I just use this. This is cut at 4 3/4 by 4. And then you're also going to need a piece of Whisper White. This one here is cut 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then a piece cut at 5 by 2 inches. And you also will need a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock. We're going to use that to cut out the Happy Birthday Thinlit. So what you're going to do first is we're going to do our die cutting. And you're going to take your piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is the larger piece that's cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And we're going to go ahead and lay down your straw Thinlit. And I just put it kind of in the center of that sheet of paper. And then just ran it through the Big Shot. So it'll look like this. You'll have the line going through it like that. So then you'll just set that aside. And then you just want to go ahead and cut out your 2 ovals. And then your other die cut you're going to be using will be the Happy Birthday Thinlit. So we're just going to go ahead and cut that out on a piece of Cajun Craze. But what I did was I took the adhesive, multi-purpose adhesive sheets, and I stuck one to the back of this. So when you cut out this Happy Birthday, because it's so detailed, you don't have to worry about gluing it down. It'll already have the tape already on it, the glue, the adhesive. So, and it does make life a lot easier when you have that adhesive on there. So you're just going to cut that out. And then you just want to take your the die brush and poke those pieces all out of there. Or you can use a paper piercer to get those pieces out. The die brush works really, really well. So that's all we're going to use for the Big Shot. So you can just go ahead and get that right out of your way. 2 little ovals that were cut out. You're just going to take some mono glue, or you could use fast fuse, and just glue those 2 together. I like to use something strong because you're going to use this on your moving part to the card. So just glue those together and then just set those aside so that they can dry. Then just take your piece of Whisper White cardstock, the one that is 5 by 2, and you're going to use the scalloped tag topper to cut into that. So this scalloped tag topper, it fits exactly 2 inches in there. So just slide that to the end and just give that a cut. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to need some foam adhesive strips, and you're going to bring in your white piece of cardstock with the stripe and then your other piece with the scalloped top. And you're going to just line these up so that the scalloped part is just slightly over the hole there. So just slightly over, about maybe a 1/2 inch over, 1/4 of an inch over. And then line it up on the front here so it's kind of in the middle. And then once you get it to the position that you like, where it's in the middle, and you want to make sure that this top is hanging over slightly. You don't want it to be hanging way over. You want it to be hanging over slightly. So once you get it in the center, then just kind of hold it, flip it over and set it down, and you're going to see this line right here. Now what I did was I took a piece of the foam adhesive, probably about a 1/2 inch or so, and I took some of the Tombow mono glue, because you want to make sure that this really stays, because this card's going to be moving. And I put it on top of the sticky part here. I took the tape off, put it on top of the sticky part, and then I laid that down right at the end of your card, just like so. And then you want to make sure you don't get any glue on the edges at all. And then kind of just let that dry, and it tacks up pretty well. And once it's fairly dry, or tacked down, take your backing off of your piece of the foam adhesive and go ahead and put some more mono liquid glue on top of that. And then take your little oval that you have and just put that right on the back there. And then that will stick to your foam adhesive, and you won't have to worry about it sticking to the back of your card, and it gives a little bit extra support for your scallop topper. So you just want to let that dry just a little bit, but you want to make sure that you work the tab so it's not stuck anywhere. So then once your tab's working, you just want to go ahead and turn it over and then line this up, make sure that it's straight. And then you're going to take your foam adhesive, and you're just going to put them along the side of your card here. So you just want to kind of measure it. So you're going to put this strip as close to your pull tab. And don't put it on top of it, but put it on there so that it's right up against it. And you want to do the same thing on the other side. So that'll be your guide to keep your tab in place so it doesn't wiggle out of place. And then just go ahead and put a piece right at the end. I'm just going to make sure there's enough on there. And what you're going to do is just peel those off. And then bring in your designer series paper, and this is going to go right on the back side of it, and you want to just make sure you get it nice and in the center. That looks about good. And then just press it down. So it should look like this, and then when you flip it over, there's your tab. It's gonna work. So what I did now was I did my stamping. So I'm just gonna bring in my foam mat here, because I am using the photo polymer stamp set. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Make-A-Wish in your stamp set, and we're going to use 3 colors: Night of Navy, Crushed Curie, and Cajun Craze. So I'm just going to stamp out Make-A-Wish with the Cajun Craze. And then you just want to make sure, like I said, to have this pulled, your tab pulled way out so that you know how far you can stamp with it. So I'm just going to kind of stamp this right in the center. And then you're going to take the little squiggly stamp out of this set here. I don't know if you can see it. This one here. And we're going to use that one to stamp with. So all I've done is take this stamp and just stamp it randomly and with the two colors. So once you get it stamped to where you like it, we're going to put this on top of the front of our card. So we're just going to bring in our card base and just kind of crease it in the center. And then you're going to take here and you're going to put foam strips on here so that it anchors on the front of this. And then what I'll do is just put a little bit of snail adhesive just along the side here, just to give it some extra adhesive. You don't want to go too close to your pull tab. Then you just want to peel off your backing on your foam strips here. Then we're just going to anchor this to the front of this card. So you'll see your card will be able to move. And then you're going to take the happy birthday that you die cut out earlier. So just peel the backing off of the happy birthday. And then just go ahead and put that right on the front. I love how the adhesive sheets work. They work so well and you don't have to tinker with glue on these little fine pieces. So the last step is going to be adding our ribbon, and I'm just using some crumb cake, and I probably took about a 5 to 6 inch strip of it, and I just folded it in half, and then I slipped it through the top there, and then I just tucked my ends in. And then you can adjust it. And then I just pulled it just like so. And then I just trimmed in the ends. So that's it to that card. I love the card. I think it's great. It makes a nice masculine card. And I know I don't make enough of them, so it'll be nice to have in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.